Hey, friends of Lenormand. Hey, maybe I should call you, let's see, friends of Lenormand, like friend Lormans. Hey, friend Lormans. I have to come up with something better than that. It's Lisa Young Sutton with another video, and today's video is the How Am I Doing Grand Tableau. Now, I know back in April, I think, according to my records anyway, April 1st of this year, I did a daily Grand Tableau video. So it's in the, if you look in the playlist, it would be under advanced topics, right? That's where all the Grand Tableau videos are, or advanced students, or whatever I called it. It's the advanced playlist. Okay, so I know there's one that already discusses this, but it is in my book, right? Okay, so if you look in my book, for those of you who have the ebook, you know, the page numbers are different, of course, but it's in there. It's toward the end of the book here. How am I doing GT? Okay, so it explains the concept, the procedure, steps, and I give you a lot of theme card ideas here. Okay, and there's a reading, an example. Okay, so it is in there. What else did I mark here? Oh, this is, yeah, and of course my house meanings, because when you do this kind of a GT, you can do this daily if you want, okay? Or you can do it weekly or monthly or whatever. It's just a, it's a checking in with yourself, kind of, it's a checkup. Okay, just to see how you're doing. And you can pick, the reason I say you can do it every day is because you can pick different theme cards for whatever is going on that day. All right. Now, I have two examples to show you. All right, because the one in my book, I use houses. But today, this one is using houses, and the one underneath that, which I haven't even looked at yet, really, that one is not using houses. Now, I just laid these cards beforehand, so I'm going to wing this as far as reading it. But even though this is a full 36-card GT, we're certainly not reading every card. You're going to see how fast this can go. Okay. I mean, I do this with my students because it gets them comfortable seeing the full deck in front of them and teaches them to focus on just a few cards, right? And so they do this right from the beginning. Okay, now, speaking of houses, I know I have a couple videos explaining houses. Now, just let me say that houses are simply the cards laid out. Look at the houses here, right? Here, up here, right? Wait, you can probably see this better, right? See the little titles up here? Those are the houses, right? Okay, so the houses are nothing more than the deck laid out from 1 to 36. Houses do not change. They're stagnant, okay? They're stationary. Their order will never change. They possess the same meanings of the cards, unless, of course, you're using the master method. And yes, I have I think 2 videos on the master method, but that's not what we're doing here, okay? This is the houses as most of you know them, so they have the same meanings as the cards, right? Now, because houses never change position, but the cards that fall in them do. The cards that fall in the houses are the new thing. They're bringing in the new energy. For that reason, I see the houses as that which is influenced, and the visiting cards as the influencers, okay? Because the cards that fall in them are mobile. They are visiting the houses, right? The visitors are the ones that are bringing a new energy into the house. Yes, I know that some of you view it the other way around. I can show you books, books that show it one way, and some books show it the other way. It does not, do not message me. It doesn't matter a lick which way you do it. All that matters is what makes sense to you. This is the way my brain works, right? If your brain works the other way around, do it the other way, okay? Consider the houses as the influencers and the visitors as the influenced, all right? It doesn't matter which way you do it. What matters is that it makes sense to you and that you're consistent with the method. Okay, geez, now I need a drink. All right, wait, hang on. This is only water. Okay, now, let's get into this. So, when you're doing this kind of a spread, you're using your theme cards and houses to ask a question, all right? So, you know, you're going to choose different theme cards. Depends on what is on your mind or what your life is, what you're going through in your life at the moment, okay? Are you heading in the right direction? Are you focusing on the right things? Are the things that you're focusing on beneficial to your progress, or are they hindering your progress? How close are your allies? How close are your enemies? And how are they both connected to you or connected to each other, or, you know, all of that? Is it the right time for you to start something, or is it the right time for you to end something? Are you thinking of all the cards that can be used to answer those questions, right? All the houses you can use, all the theme cards you can use. Whatever is on your mind, whatever you're going through, that will determine the theme cards that you choose to represent those things, okay? So like I said, in my book, I have this in my book, and I provide several examples of theme cards you can choose. And today I will introduce a few others, okay? Oops. But do whatever suits you. All right, so now this particular reading is a weekly checkup for Serena. All right, so Serena has no specific issues or questions. She just wants to do a weekly checkup. So what cards are we going to look at? We're going to look at the Seeker's card, her card. Okay, where does she fall? And of course, she falls right in her own house. That's great. Okay, I love that. Now, the partner card. I just want to point this out too, because yes, this is Serena from Bewitched. That's how I chose my themes for today. All right, and as you recall, Serena never quite could hook up with a guy, right? She was always dating somebody and it never worked out. She was always looking for a guy through the entire series, right? So that's kind of her theme. So the partner card for her is the man she's looking for. As you can see, he falls in book. He's still unknown. Anyway, but what can you choose to, you know, for the partner card? Now, in this type of reading, you don't even have to choose it at all. But I'm giving you some ideas for it. It doesn't have to be, I mean, if you have a partner, that's who that is, right? Male or female, doesn't matter. Whatever card you choose for yourself, the partner card, there's only 1, 28, and 29, right? The partner card is your partner. Okay, but if you don't have a partner in life, that will be whoever is most significant in your life. That can be, okay? It can be a business partner. It could just be a business associate, but somebody who's playing a big part in your role, excuse me, a big role in your life, a big part in your life at the moment, okay? It could be somebody who relies heavily on you at the moment, or who you rely heavily upon at the moment. It could be your best friend, which frees up the dog card for its other meanings, primarily loyalty, right? It can be your child. If you have one child and you live together and that's the most important person in your life, there is no law saying you need to use the child card to represent that child. Okay? If that's the only person really in your life, you can use the partner card. Now, you can switch out a different card from another deck, or a lot of these decks now come with all kinds of extra cards, but the house will represent that person. It can be your child, and that then would free up the child card for its other meanings, which are like primarily what? Ease, wonder, playfulness, something small and new and just beginning, all that, right? And yes, I've even used the partner card for someone's pet. When I've read for people who have nobody in their lives at the moment except their dog or their cat. I mean, seriously, okay? So, yes, you can use the partner card for whoever is most significant in the seeker's life. Okay, now, So what is Serena looking for here? She just wants to check where she falls, where the her future man falls, okay? And now this is the house method, remember? Okay, so this is not the method of distance. And she wants to look at the anchor to see how close she is to reaching her goals. Of course, her goal is to find a hookup with a man. So we're going to be looking at the anchor card and the house of anchor. Oh, look at that. We got a crisscross. Ooh. Oh, I love this. Okay, and we're going to look at the whip for where is she putting too much effort? Where is she struggling? Where is there unnecessary repetition, which is probably working against her? And what's the opposite of the whip in that case? It's the child for ease and or the fish for flow. Okay, so we're going to see how that works out. And then she wanted to look also at the clouds for what isn't she seeing clearly. And what's the opposite of the clouds? The sun. That would, in this case, that would be what she is seeing clearly. Sun for clarity, okay? Clouds for confusion. And that's all we're going to look at for Serena, because we have a whole nother spread to look at. So, all right, so what do I see first? I see that she falls in her own house. So she's okay with herself, and Serena always was, right? Every time you saw her on that show, she was always very happy with herself and doesn't have any major problems, right? So we can't link her to her own house because she's sitting in it. But we can certainly look at the partner card who falls in book, because he is still unknown. And where is the book? It's in clover for, still grabbing opportunities, right? Okay, but what falls in his house? Rider. All right, so that means that he may be unknown now, but he is coming. He's coming soon, too. Look, wow, he couldn't get any closer. But what falls in Rider is whip. There's her effort and her struggle and her repetition. So, even though he's close, she still may be going through a couple, or there still may be some discord initially before they work things out, right? Okay. Now, what else did she, these are all interconnected, aren't they? So we don't have too many cards to look at here. Oh, she wanted to look at clouds, right? What's in clouds? Doesn't that look like a cat in this deck? Yeah, it's the fox. Okay, yeah, so there's what is she confused about? What's wrong in her life? What's sneaky? Wait, hang on. Let me look for the clouds. Where is the clouds? Oh, okay. Clouds is in stork for change. Okay. So, yeah, okay. So she's a little confused about, she's not seeing clearly what's deceiving her, what's wrong with what remember, her primary focus is finding a man. Yeah, so she's not seeing all the foxes in her life clearly. And that fits, doesn't it? Because she was always going out with the wrong guys. And then, of course, yeah, she keeps changing. Maybe if she had hung on to any of them, long enough and gave them a chance, one of them could be Mr. Right, but she goes through them like she changes underwear, So, and of course, like I said, we got we're linking houses here, So we have the man and book, and then we have book and clover. Now clover falls in bouquet, which ties in with all of these invitations and dates that she goes on. Where is bouquet? That's bouquet, right? Yeah, that's not Lily. That's bouquet. Wait, where's Lily? Let me just make sure. Beep, beep, beep. See Lily somewhere? No. See, that is Lily. This is bouquet. Oh, yeah, bouquet. Okay, so she just slices right through them. But then that is what I was just saying, too. She keeps slicing through these guys so quickly. She makes up her mind so fast that she doesn't like them, that she doesn't give them a chance. Okay, so, yeah, so she does have Mr. Right is heading toward her. If she would just give him a chance, because she's got too much, she's putting too much effort. She's probably being way too picky. She's looking for everything that's wrong with them. Yeah. So, let's go back. She wanted to look at anchor, right? And we had a crisscross here, right? Because the anchor represents how close is she to her goal of getting Mr. Right into her life. And anchor falls in ship, and ship is in anchor. So while ship and anchor are both positive cards, right? The ship is heading toward your goal. The anchor is reaching it. That's when you drop your anchor. But we can say that it's still distant. She's still longing. She's still far away from it. And that ties right in with the whole shebang. Okay, let me get to the next one. Oh, what deck is this? This is the deck that I don't know the name of, that I can't pronounce. It's Licuc, Lenormand. Okay. I was going to say, if anybody knows how to pronounce that, tell me. You'd have to write it out phonetically. Or if you know me personally, call me. Okay. Now let me get rid of this so I can show you the other one. Because the other one's going to be fun. Wait, how am I going to do this without spilling my water? Wait, oh gosh. Wait, hang on. Oh. Yeah, I didn't think that one out clearly, did I? Okay. Here we go. Here's the next one. Oh my gosh. Okay, you see this mat? This is my mat that I had Lorene make for me. It's on the other side of my Wonderland Lenormand GT mat. This is the other side. And as you can see, it has houses, but I told her not to put any names on them because this is for my method of distance readings. When I want the spaces so I can easily lay out the cards without getting them all jumbled up or messed up or crooked. But I didn't want the names on there because I don't read houses with the method of distance. Okay, so now this one is the How Am I Doing GT without houses. So this is geared more toward the method of distance, right? Where we're looking at, rather than caring about the houses, we are looking at proximity and clusters and surrounding cards. Now this reading is for Andorra, in keeping with the Bewitched theme. This is Andorra, who is thinking of filing an ectoplasmic interlocutory against Maurice. Okay, as you recall from from that episode. I just saw that episode. You know, that's their word for divorce. Okay. So, and if you remember, you know, they were separated from episode 1, though they never did get a divorce. Okay. So anyway, and Dora's thinking about filing for an ectoplasmic interlocutory, and she wanted to just lay this spread just to see if now is the right time, right? So we can like maybe say this is for this month, this spread. Okay. So, like I said, we're not looking at houses. What I planned, what I chose for my theme cards were the ring and the anchor. I really didn't need the heart because, like I said, they've been separated forever. So, you know, who cares where the heart fell, really? But I was looking for the ring to see how far is it from her? From, you know, this is their marriage. This is their connection, right? And the anchor is, you know, them still being, staying with each other, right? Okay. And then I wanted to look at the proximity of the letter, the tower, and what was the other one? Oh, the scythe. Okay. Because I thought if they landed close together, all right, and it would depend on how they fall. If I could have read that as, yes, she'd be filing for the ectoplasmic interlocutory. But as you can see, first of all, she falls down here in the corner. This is good too, because you can see that when a card falls, can you see this okay? Maybe I should zoom in a little. Let me see. Wait, hang on. Is that better? I don't know. What I see and what you see are two different things. Okay, so anyway, as you can see, she falls down in this corner. So that means she has very few near cards. Almost the entire spread is far. So that right away tells me that this is probably not going to happen this month because most of the deck is far from her. All right, so these are her very near cards. These are the only cards touching her. And then these are her near cards. That makes the entire rest of this deck all far from her. So what does she have near? Very near. We'll just call these within her reach. What is within her reach? This now is longevity, right? This is not representing the courthouse because it's not near the other cards. Okay, that would suggest her filing for the ectoplasmic interlocutory. So they are plasmically staying interlocked during this month. Right, because she's got the ring right above her head. And of course, it's next to the book showing that who knows when, and the ship is heading to the book. So that's the next step in her journey, right? Is it's still going to be the unknown of this marriage, unknown, when it'll ever dissolve, right? But within her reach, she has the ring and the anchor. So during this month, and the card of longevity, during this month, she is going to remain interlocked to Maurice. And look how far apart she and Maurice are, too. That's another point, okay? That they are far apart. I'm cracking up because look at these cards around him. Wasn't he a big playboy in the show? I mean, for the most part. I mean, he was still, they made him out to be a really good guy. Yes, but he always had some other, witch, right? You never really saw her with another warlock, but you all saw him. He was always, hanging with other witches. Look, he's got the lily right below him showing that he was a bad boy. And you can see, look, other women, going a different way, grabbing opportunities, sneaking around, offering, having dates with lots of other people. There's the heart, right? Okay, right? So yeah, he was the bad boy, She's sweet and innocent over here. Look, look at her line of sight too. She's definitely very confused about her path forward with this. She's got the dog here saying, and the dog has the house right above him, saying that she's remaining in the house, so to speak. As we are looking at this spread as whether or not they are going to split. Okay, that's up here. That is far from her. Okay, the letter, of course, the letter and the side, they're both out of her reach. Okay, back to her line of sight. Yeah, so yeah, she's staying put. He's still got the key to the house, basically. Here's the dog. Okay, now I want to point out the tree too. The tree. Okay, now this is a timing card. This is stuff that takes a long time, that are rooted, that have been existing for a long time, right? Now look at this. Remember, this is her line of sight. What does the tree have on either side of it? Here's the card of endings, but it's blocked by the tree from her, right? Here's the sun still making it grow. Okay, the sun is still making the tree grow. It's got the heart above it. So, and yeah, okay. Wait, let me finish a thought here. Okay, and then there's the letters on the other side of the coffin. So yeah, she's not filing at this time. What connects her to Maurice? This is funny too, because there's the longevity card and there's the card of illness and endings. It's been a long time of trying to end this divorce, or end this marriage rather, right? That's what's connecting the two of them, right? It's kind of ended already. I mean, they haven't been together throughout this entire series, and yet they're still married. Whew! Okay, so did you get all that? Yeah. Okay. I hope I got it all in. Oh, what deck is this? This is the Purple Dragon Lenormand Mini. Okay. This is a little mini Dundorf. I love these decks. Okay. Again, this is Lisa Young Sutton. That's it for today. As I said, this is in my book. This is the How Am I Doing GT, and there is another video from back in April. It'll be in the advanced playlist. I think I called it just the Daily Grand Tableau. Okay, so hey, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Okay, now go play with your cards. Bye, everybody.